All right, everyone. Welcome to Quit Your Bitching podcast. I'm Ian, and my producer slash partner in crime, Nick Harrell, is with me today.
What's up, everybody? I'm Nick. I'm the co-host here at Quit Your Bitchin'. We got a lot of exciting things.
Like I said today, like I said yesterday, actually, I'm going to be bringing you content every day from April 1st to May 3rd. So this is just day 3, quarantine lockdown. I went to the gas station. I was like everybody else. I used a wipe as I pumped gas. I was terrified to get out of my car. I went and got a sandwich from a local deli, and I was the only one in line. That's the one thing, actually, about this virus that is cool. I haven't waited in a line at any of my favorite restaurants. I get them to go, and I'm out the door. I also don't have to have the pressure of going somewhere and meeting somebody because I can't meet them. So I just get my food to go, I come home. So that's been pretty cool. That's been nice. It's been easy. Nick's kind of experiencing the same thing in LA. It's a little bit more different than it is up here. I'm assuming.
It's a little douchier.
A little bit more vegan-y. Probably the Whole Foods are out of everything, right?
Yep, out of all the tofu.
Tofu.
And quinoa is a shortage.
Okay.
People
Yeah,
crying
the
in the
gluten-free
streets.
pasta aisles have been bare. And I'm talking bare as in you just got to wax on that area bare. That's how bare my gluten-free shelves have been. Let me tell you though, the most slept on item, gluten-free bread. If you are in a store and you're saying to yourself, I can't find any bread, they took all my bread, how am I going to make French toast for my 6 kids and my pregnant wife? Just go get some gluten-free bread. Those little bastards won't know the difference. You're going to slurp all that stuff on there anyway. It's just bread.
Yeah.
It's just normal bread. That's all it is. It's in the frozen section. And I know that you fat fucks, all you want to do is go to the frozen section and get your goddamn frozen pizzas, your ice cream, and your Hungry Man meals. But there's bread there too.
Turns out.
So we're not going to talk about the COVID-19. I'm sorry, I'm going to crack open this energy drink. We're not going to talk about the virus today because we talk about it too much as it is. Everyone talks about it. So me and Nick are going to just go through some topics of what we thought, would be relevant. I thought today we could go through etiquette at a bar. I think, me and Nick we're of age, obviously, and we've been to bars before. A couple times. I don't want to, pat myself on the back, but I've been to enough bars and I've seen enough, and Nick has as well. So I thought we could talk about bar etiquette. I know, Nick, you probably have some things to say about this as well.
Absolutely.
Just either talking to the bartender. It is 2020, so whether he or she is the bartender, sorry. And, etiquette for standing at the bar, being at the bar. What friends you should bring to the bar. That's always a good one. Let's start on the first topic about that. So when you're going to the bar, Nick, are you pushing your way through, or are you kind of just reading the room, a little bit of a snake slithering through? Or are you just barreling through because you're an alcoholic?
Look, dude, if you're going to go to a bar, you got to act like you own the place. You got to walk in there. You got to push past all the people that are just making out in public.
Oh,
that
so
are just
many.
drooling on their girlfriends. You have to just push past those people like the dirty slum peasants that they are, doing disgusting things in public. You just got to go straight to the bar. Now, I'll keep going here. The second most important rule, you got to make eye contact you got to make unbroken, lovely eye contact with the bartender, like it's a bear charging you and you just need to stand your ground and scare him off.
I
Otherwise,
100% agree
you'll
with
never get a drink.
You need to walk into the bar like you had just discovered oil. And you know that you're the only man in the world that has that oil.
Yep.
And you storm through and you push people away. I hate going into a bar and following somebody else. And they're kind of like, excuse me. Oh my God, I just touched your ass. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. I'm just trying to get through. No. Well, nowadays, all you got to do is cough. People are going to move for you. But what you need to do is be assertive.
Yep.
And especially when you get to the bar, I agree with what you're saying with the bear. I don't like the people that put their hand up.
This isn't middle school. You don't have a question for the teacher about your math assignment.
No. And the best part about it is this person, for the most part, let's say 85 to 89% of all bartenders are trained bartenders. Their job is to look in front of them and serve the people in front of them.
Exactly.
And I feel like people don't get that. It's like, well, they haven't been on this side of the bar in a while. Yeah, because that side of the bar is just as fucking busy.
Exactly.
So, and then when you come, do you ever do the move where you put money in your hand and you hold it up? Like that's going to make them think that you are more important than anybody else who's trying to pay for drinks.
It's a great strategy. You either have just cold hard cash in your hands. Sometimes I just have a bag of quarters because it makes a lot of noise.
You jingle.
You jingle it. You jingle it like a fucking Santa Claus coming down the chimney on Christmas Eve. That's how you get the little kids' attention. Either that or, if you just want to be subtle but assertive, you just hold that debit card in your hand, baby.
I like to throw gift cards at them from across the room. So she goes, what was that? That's a $15 Whole Foods gift card? Well, that guy must have some cash. And then she just turns around and starts 2020, or he starts serving me. I'll throw gift cards at any gender bartender. I am a gender fluent customer. I will throw sometimes I kind of read the person. I have a stack of gift cards and I check. I look and see what kind of person they are. You know what I mean?
It's like a poker hand.
And I get up to the bar, I kind of nuzz my way in there, and I just unfold just a binder briefcase of gift cards. And I'm just kind of looking, and I'm like, all right, this person looks like they spend too much money at Sephora. Ugh! And I throw it across the room, get her attention. It's almost like making them rain, but making them rain with something that doesn't make them feel degrading because it's not dirty money.
Yeah. Have you ever been rained on with thoughtful gifts? It's actually nice.
I mean, I've been rained on with thoughtful gifts every day. You know what I mean? That's just part of it. I just have an amazing lifestyle. So, yeah, I do know exactly. Another thing that, when it comes to being in a bar is if you jewel in a bar, you should be 6 feet in the ground with no headstone. We wouldn't even tell your parents that we're burying you. They have to find out the hard way through public records. And let me tell you, that would be the longest process and the most stressful. That's what people need to realize here. When I say I want to put you 6 feet in the ground and I'm not going to tell your parents, they have to find out from public record. Do you know how long that process is? Because if you just say, hey, I killed your parents, I'm going to text them and let them know I killed them. No, because that's instant. They need to file a missing persons report. They need to wait 24 hours. Then they have to have detectives come. If you're in a busy city, that could be days. Then they're just wondering. You're stressing out your family. Then, they're obviously not going to locate your body. I'm not going to bury it in town. So then, if they do, then it's a whole crime scene. Then they have to release the body. Then they have to identify the body. So when I say 6 feet in the ground, public record is how your parents are going to find out. It should mean more to you people than what it does.
It's rough.
It should be criminal almost. The fact that you people don't think that's a real threat. Because that emotional toll on your family for the next 6 months of trying to figure out if you're alive. Did he just go to Cancun with that one girl he met on MySpace? Like, you got all these thoughts going on. So, back to what I was saying. I'm sorry. Juuls. If you Juul, vape, I don't even know if those are the same thing, if those are different things. I don't give a fuck. You know why I don't give a fuck? Because you're going to both be in the ground next to each other.
Look, here's the thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm heated. It's fine.
Here's the thing, people. You're laboring under the delusion that people actually want whatever smoke-flavored peach sex beach is coming out of your mouth. You're making the mistake that people want that in their face. Because that's literally what you're doing. No one wants to smell what's coming out of your Juul that's coming out of your mouth. Okay? No one wants that in their face in a public space. I don't know who you are. I don't want your chocolate mint Girl Scout cookie bullshit in my face, in my nose. Take it outside.
If I show up at a bar and I'm sitting there and I'm enjoying my beverage and you blow unicorn penis into my mouth, I'm gonna be pissed. Yeah. I don't want your sex candy, apricot, gummy worm flavored Juul pod in my fucking face. Because if I wanted it in my face, I'd go down and buy one. So why the fuck? See, that's why when someone slyly does it, I'm like, ooh, I hate you, but that was sly. But if you're gonna, the people that walk into an establishment, before they open the door, their hands are on the doorknob and they hit it one last time and you can see the smoke going everywhere and then they walk in like a fucking magician. 6 feet in the ground, people. 6 feet in the fucking ground. A dude at the gym used to do that. He would open the door and he would blow his unicorn dick into the bush. Like we couldn't all taste it from across the fucking room as I'm doing my set. And the fact that he would just walk in like it's no big deal, it is a big deal. And we're getting off topic here once again. I'm sorry. So when it comes to bar etiquette, a couple other things that I think that I love when people complain about the drink. I love when people get, this sex on the beach doesn't taste like sex on the beach. I normally have sex on the beach and I know what it tastes like. And this tastes like watered down bull piss. I just drink the fucking beverage. You know what I mean? Just, this beer's, it's a lot of foam. Oh, you're really going to go complain to the busy bartender about that?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I guess I can understand, you want a Manhattan and then they give you a Jameson on the rocks. You could be understandably pissed about that.
It's the wrong drink.
It's the wrong drink. But to just be mad, this doesn't taste like Dr. Pepper when I put my Fireball whiskey into this other whiskey. No, bitch, it doesn't. Because you didn't order Dr. Pepper.
Exactly. Also, know where you're at. You know what I'm saying? When people go to dive bars and they're like, oh my God, this is the worst Moscow Mule that I've ever had. And you're like, yeah, that's because they're putting the lowest, cheapest stuff into your cup and they don't even mix it. Like, you're at a dive bar, dude. What do you expect? This isn't a life hack. This isn't a nice cocktail bar that you spend $30 for a Vesper martini.
This is a life hack that I don't think people realize when they go to a bar. And maybe they do, they're just fucking ignorant. But you know that when you order a drink, you can request whatever sort of alcohol of that kind of alcohol that you want. So if you say to me, and I'm the bartender, and you say vodka soda, bitch ass, I'll be like, all right, and I'm just gonna give you this shit that we got for free when we bought the real shit on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go, ugh, this tastes like ass. Do you know that they don't use any of that alcohol on the shelf unless you ask for it? I don't think people get that. I don't think people, when they walk up to the bar and they say, can I get a Red Bull vodka? They're assuming that they're getting Grey Goose in that fucking Red Bull vodka. And that's just, it blows my fucking mind.
Let me drop some terms for you, dude. One term that you know. But just for our pedestrian listeners, the well.
The well.
The well. That means the cheapest type of alcohol that they have, that they just have a bunch of, to make the cheap cocktails for all the people that have no idea what they're ordering, who have no idea what's actually going into their Long Island iced tea, because that's the only thing they know how to order besides a Budweiser. So yes, Ian, you're right. If you don't want the the cheap, birthday cake flavored Smirnoff, you have to know what you're asking for. And you have to say, I want, an old fashioned with some monkey shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what monkey shoulder is. Is that an alcohol?
Yeah, it's a whiskey.
Well, I don't know, dude. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
I don't know. That's why when I go to a bar, I don't say, can I get a whiskey and Coke? Because you know what they're going to give me? They're going to give me Southern Comfort. And they're going to pour a lot of Southern Comfort into a warm glass with a couple ice cubes and a little bit of Diet Coke because the guy doesn't like me. And that's fine.
Exactly.
Because I didn't ask for a Southern and Coke, Ian. Well, you asked for a whiskey and Coke. There's difference. All right, moving on. Next subject on bar etiquette.
Okay, hold on.
Standing.
Ian, let me pose a situation to you. Mm-hmm. You're walking into a bar. Mm-hmm. Maybe you're with your girlfriend. Maybe you're with one of your boys. You walk up to the bar. It's pretty crowded. There's not a lot of room. There's just a couple taking up space at the bar to order drinks, and they're just making out hard. Mm-hmm. They're eating face. You're wondering if they're even going to have a mouth after this in 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. What do? You need to order a drink. You need to get in that space. What do?
Am I in the country or am I out of the country?
You're in the country. You're in the U.S.
That's actually a pretty big, you know what I mean? I think, well, that's an interesting question because it comes down to my mood. First of all, how many drinks have I had? Did I just watch an MMA match? Do I feel confident in my abilities? Do I think that if I start a fight with this dude, I go to jail, am I going to have keys to the yard tomorrow or am I not? You know what I mean? You have to have all those thoughts in your mind when you're ready to do this. I would say my best option is you go nice little slap on his ass. Mm-hmm. Then you go nice little, hey, you looking mighty cute today.
So you're already going in for getting physical. Mm-hmm.
We're getting physical.
Physical.
Either they are just so uncomfortable, they stop. Mm-hmm. Or, in 2020, you never know. You might just have started something you didn't think you were going to be able to do with.
You might be getting an invite at that point.
You might be getting an Uber XL at the end of the night, if you know what I'm saying. You didn't think it was going to go that way. You thought you were about to fight a dude, end up in a jail cell, and have keys to the yard. But next thing you know, you're getting breakfast in bed next to a Brittany and a Brian. And you didn't know how that night was going to end. Whew. As a comedian, you have to be ready for all situations. Mm-hmm. I don't go into every situation thinking to myself, hey, am I either going to end up having a threesome with a dude and a chick, or am I going to get in a physical altercation and go to jail?
Yeah. I feel like another element of this is the dude bigger than you. Is he yoked out of his mind? 6'4", tatted from his neck to his toes?
Mm-hmm.
Probably aren't going to mess with that guy.
I personally, in my jeans, I have a small pocket on the side where I keep. Now, this is key. And if you want to follow, I'm going to make a YouTube tutorial video pretty soon on how to create this. But it's the perfect mixture of sand and broken glass. And what you need to do is, now it depends on, the sand can't be too fine. It has to be coarse sand, because when you go to throw the sand in his eye, now you don't blow the sand in his eye. You're not a fucking genie. Okay? You're not a gypsy. You're not sitting there trying to turn them into dust. You are trying to elude an attacker that you started. You are the one who created this situation now in front of all these people. And just think about this. When you go into a situation and you're about to fight somebody,
mm-hmm.
your future wife or husband might be there. Now, do you want to look like a bitch? Or do you want to look like you can handle yourself in any situation? Because what you need to do now, and some people would say, Ian, that's the bitch approach. No, it's not. Because if you have Malibu sand is super coarse. But what you can do is you can go on eBay and purchase Egyptian sand. Now, you're going to laugh at this. The Egyptian sand, it's mixed in with camel dung. So there's camel poop mixed into the sand. It's coarse. Then what I do is you can't break just any glass. You need to make some thick glass. And you break it, and you obviously are careful with your hands. You're not a dumbass and start cutting yourself. But you make sure that you can get most of the glass, but a good ratio into your pocket. So, let's go through the scenario. You tap him on the butt. He doesn't like it. He's bigger than you. He comes around. He balls his fist. He's ready to go. You didn't really think this through. Now you're kind of sweating. Palms are sweaty. You're kind of uncomfortable. You don't really know what's going on. What you need to do is train yourself like an instinct. You know how a dog, all it needs to do is see a car, and it's just like that. That's how your hand, your dominant hand, needs to be into your pocket for sand glass. And you need to be able to reach in there. Now, the adrenaline will be pumping. So you will be cutting your hand, obviously, because there's glass. But I'm assuming with the adrenaline, with the drugs that you probably took that night, you're probably a couple drinks deep to grab some other dude's ass. So I don't think you're going to feel it. You stick your hand right in, shoot it right in their eyes. Now, I made a practice dummy at home, and I kept practicing.
Since middle school, people.
Since middle school. And now, that's one approach of doing it. There is another approach where what I've always assumed is your best option. Let's say you have nothing to lose. You know you're not going to go home with the girl that you're trying to impress. You know that your friends, they're all trash. They're not going to remember this. Some dude wants to fight you. You drop your pants. You take a shit in the middle of the bar. Nobody in their right mind is going to want to punch some dude who just took a shit in the middle of the bar. But there are also a lot of factors involved in that. Can you shit on command? Can you shit in fear? Also, what'd you eat that day? Usually Fridays, Saturdays, if I think I'm going to have this approach, I'll go to the Cheesecake Factory. I'll order number 46, bacon ranch burger. I know how that's coming out every time. I'm ready to go. So when I drop my pants, I know what kind of dump I'm getting on the floor. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't want to slip in your own dump. Especially at a bar, you're already embarrassing yourself. You're already in a deep, dark place. If you're listening to this guy's advice on shitting yourself at a bar, you're already mentally unstable. So you got to make sure you don't also slip in your own feces.
Yeah. You've already accepted that you have no dignity.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, that's option D. But it's a good option to have. I'm not going to say I've used it. But, I'm going to say it's effective. And it's something that, if you're terrified of the man who's about to punch you, he's not going to punch some dude who just shit himself at the bar.
100%.
It's just a known fact. But you also have to be willing to not be able to go home with that girl that you were with. That needs to be apparent.
That's
You can
going out the
rebound
window.
from throwing sand in the glass to an opponent's eyes. She can be like, "Oh, baby, that was kind of weird. Like, why do you have sand and glass in your pocket?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, don't worry about it." And sometimes that works. And then she'll follow up with another question. "No, that's kind of actually really fucking weird, and I want an answer." And then if you say, "Nah, bitch, don't worry about it," sometimes that doesn't work. And you have to be prepared for her to go up to your apartment, grab her stuff. She's gone. It's over. But you knew that worked. You know what I mean? You were able to elude a captor, somebody attacking you. You said, no. Sand, glass, eyes. So that's just some approaches I have for fighting at a bar. I don't know. Take them what you want.
Any last tips on bar etiquette?
We really got off topic there. I just wish that bar bathrooms were nicer, but I understand why. I wish that I was able to go a number 2 in a bar bathroom comfortably. But that brings up a whole bunch of issues, like why are you going number 2 in a bar bathroom if you're on a date? You gotta wait a long time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna go back to the date. She's gonna have questions. She's gonna be like, "Well, I saw you go in. There wasn't a line. What were you doing in there?" You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, I just wish bathrooms in bars were just they're a 3 out of 10 mostly.
Easily. I mean, look, you're trying to have a bathroom in a place where you're reducing adults to children with liquid substance. Like, your aim is out the door if you're a dude. Maybe a girl too. Who knows? Your motor skills, it's a dumpster fire. You're a 27-year-old child, and you're trying to go to the bathroom in public. It's going to be a disaster almost every time. It's kind of hard to expect the facility to keep up.
One of the worst feelings in the world, I would say, is when you need to go to the bathroom at a bar. Breweries are different. I think every brewery I usually go into has a pretty nice bathroom. Mm-hmm. Breweries are kind of like the more expensive date, if you know what I mean. They're the higher class. You know what you're getting usually at a brewery. But I mean, I've never been to a brewery in the South, so maybe I'm totally wrong. But every brewery that I've been to, the bathrooms have been top 5. That's an interesting question. So we've actually got on a pretty good topic here: bathroom etiquette and bathrooms in general. So when it comes to public restrooms, I would say there's only about 4 or 5 I truly are comfortable in. Usually a mall bathroom I'm not comfortable in, obviously due to the traffic. I'm not usually comfortable, like I said, in this, let's say a grocery store bathroom. I don't understand why those places aren't nicer. Like, I don't understand why you can't do some more effort to make a bathroom not feel ugh. I also, one of the most underrated bathrooms, but I don't feel easy about going in there, is hospital bathrooms.
Why is that?
I think about the germs. I think about the sickness. And I think about, if I'm going to a bathroom in this bathroom, I don't want to have thoughts of who was in here before me and what disease did they have. Especially like emergency room bathroom. You never know. They say they clean it every 20 minutes, and I'm sure they do, but they'll never get that stigma from me. You know what I mean? Like, I'll constantly always think that. Another bathroom that I want your opinion on this: festival bathrooms, porta potties. How do you feel about those?
They're hands down the worst maybe, you know, I definitely see your point with hospital bathrooms. It's just that's just the mental factor. With porta potties, like festival bathrooms, they've unveiled the mystery in the worst possible way. I mean, visually. There is nothing protecting you from what actually goes on in bathrooms. And it's literally the worst. I borderline traumatizing. Especially, you know, when they're at places where hundreds of thousands of people are flowing in and out of there.
Yeah, I mean, for me especially, porta potties, I'm scared of them tipping over.
It's a thing.
And
I
yeah.
feel better when they're like in a long line because then they're like side to side.
I know I don't feel
protected.
better when they're long line because I'll ruin it for you. If one dude kicks one of them, I'm scared they're all gonna go.
But see,
Domino
they're not-
effect.
Luckily, though, they're not top heavy for reasons you could all imagine. All the weight's at the bottom.
Yeah, it's a fear of mine. I also don't like airplane bathrooms either. I don't see the enjoyment of people being like, "Hey, we got a little lucky on an airplane with my girlfriend once." Ew. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here. Don't touch me.
How do you
Don't
even
even touch
do that?
anything in my house. Don't sit there and sit on my couch after a story like that. Because now I have to burn my couch. And that was a Scandinavian design couch. That was an expensive couch. And now you're sitting on it. I can't even give that couch away now. I have to disclose how gross you are when I'm giving that couch away to someone on Craigslist. Because
You know-
it's gross.
I want to ask somebody who's had sex in a normal economy cabin plain bathroom because I've been in studio apartment broom closets bigger than that bathroom. How do you even maneuver two bodies in that confined of a space? It's like you're an acrobat. You're a gymnast. How do you?
It can't be
How?
desirable. It can't be something where that you're excited about. I don't find things like that, like when people are like, "Oh yeah, my dream is to have sex on an airplane." Is it? Well,
Yeah,
you need to go back home and you need to lay on your bed and think about some more dreams because
If you're
that's
in
sad.
like a private Learjet, that would be sick all day, dude. But if you're just, it's the equivalent of a flying bus.
It's the equivalent of getting on the city fucking bus. You paid more money to get on this city bus that's in the sky.
I'm saying it's one step up from BART.
Also, planes have this smell. And it's not a smell where I can find myself being enjoying. Where I can be like, let me get in the mood here. No,
Yeah.
all I'm thinking about is that dirty airport, that dirty airplane, this dirty bathroom, where I still assume when I flush it, it just goes into the sky. I
That's
don't know
what I
how that
think.
works.
They just dump it out the back.
Because, well, that's what I'm saying. So if pee, so let's go say you go number one, right? And you flush it, and it falls. I don't know. How high do airplanes go? 40,000 feet in the air? I don't really know.
Probably not that high. Oh, maybe.
I mean, would that pee even hit the ground?
Who even knows?
Exactly. So, like,
Be missed.
why don't they just let it? Maybe it does. I don't know. Maybe it does shoot out into the air. I don't know how these things work. I'm not an air pilot. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. But I would assume that pee, when it leaves the airplane that's 40,000 feet up in the air, I'm assuming that pee just evaporates. I mean, I don't know. I'm once again, guys, I'm not a scientist. I just ask the questions.
Okay, let me ask you another question. What do you think about bathrooms that are like really close? Okay, like when you're in somebody's house, maybe you're going to meet your girlfriend's parents for the first time, and you're sitting with her in the living room with her mom and her dad, her sister, and her dog Connor. You get up and say, hey, Mrs., whatever, Mrs. Johnson, can I use your restroom? And she's like, it's right there. And the door is 3 feet from their couches. And you're like, oh, God, please no.
Well, first thing, first, let's break this down.
What do you do?
If the bathroom's right there, that means that my girlfriend's parents are poor. So she's not my girlfriend, first of all. So we eliminate that. But let's say by some magical I'm doing a Make-A-Wish Foundation or something, and I'm hanging out with somebody who's a little bit, not as well off as me, and their bathroom is connected to their living room. Usually I'm painting the bowl, man. I need a good 10 feet. Honestly, if anybody's house is the bathroom was right there, even if it was a friend, I don't think I'd be able to do it. Because I'm sure people live like that. I'm sure there's places in San Francisco and New York City where, it's so small the bathroom's just boom, and it's a little closet right there next. You could walk out the bathroom and walk right into the kitchen for all I know. I don't know how apartments work in those areas, but that wouldn't be a kitchen for me. That wouldn't be a bathroom for me. I wouldn't even move to a house that had something like that. I need privacy. If I, for some reason, the only scenario that I could see being real bad is if you're vacationing with somebody. Vacationing with girlfriend's family. You're all sharing a 1-bedroom bungalow bathroom. Ooh.
Get yourself in some sticky situations.
That's a risk in itself because, you're eating the island food. I've definitely done that. I've definitely said, hey, I don't feel good. You guys all go to the beach. And then I blow up the bathroom and then I give it like an hour or two airing out, take a nap or something like that just to try to calm the waters, if you know what I mean.
You're just pulling the fans from the room into the bathroom.
I take the yellow pages of the island that I'm on looking for a cleaning crew to come in the next hour express.
Look, you need to just carry scented candles in your bag on the plane.
TSA
just for those reasons, dude. You get in trouble in the bathroom, you need to clear that shit up, pun intended. It's gonna smell like island breeze, truly.
I have all the scented candles. I have a little scrubber brush that you use for toilet bowls that I keep with me. I bring them all in my bag.
Back up, dude.
I like the idea.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I said I like the idea of a cleaning crew that just comes in like an hour, cleans the one thing you need them to clean, and it's just gone instantly. And it's half off if they get caught.
You feel like a secret agent that's just murdered somebody, and you call in your agency to like take the body.
The cleaner.
Yeah. Okay, let's change topics from the from bathrooms for a bit here. Anything else you wanted to talk about today?
Not really. Sorry, I'm gonna take a sip of water. Once again, guys, sorry if my background noise is super loud. I am renting a studio in a porn studio, and they're doing some fireworks and fire truck scene above me, so it is super loud down here. These walls are not thick. So if you do hear some fire trucks,
videos, if you know what I'm
saying. I think they're filming.
They're hot.
Grab
right now.
My Hose 4 or something like that upstairs because it is loud. So if you do hear fire trucks, it's not me. It is where I am doing. We all have to start out in certain places, people. Our dads can't build us studios. We can't, some of us have to take what we can get. And so we're doing the best we can. No, I think, we're already at 40 minutes right now. We're doing pretty well for the third episode. I would just like to say once again, we're going to start posting all of this stuff to social media. We're just working out the final stages, you would say, in getting a third party to post all of our stuff. So we're just getting ready for that. Nick can talk about that a little bit more. Actually, he's better with that kind of stuff. That's what he's here for. I'm just the pretty face. So if you want to explain that stuff to him, Nick, and you can kind of figure out what where you can find us pretty soon.
Yeah. So very soon, guys. Well, probably by the time that you're hearing this, our stuff will be up everywhere on Apple Podcast, on Spotify, on Stitcher, on Google Play, all the rest of that. So whatever platforms you guys tend to be on the most, you should be able to find us there. I think we'll probably start with just audio at first, but soon we'll have videos up on YouTube. Ian will be posting this on his Instagram, and we'll be much easier to access, to find, and just get some laughs in your day.
And we also will be having a group Hinge account, so you can swipe or grinder on us.
Yep.
We will be going both of us as a pair on the date with you. So if you do swipe right on me and Nick, it will be both of us, and both of us will not be paying. It will be you paying, not us.
We're doing this
and
for you.
We will pick the restaurant, we will pick the movie, and we will pick the car ride. So if that is something you're into, we are available for that. And there's, like I said, if once you're done listening to this, if you could just like and subscribe, and just, the people that have listened to it so far and all the rest stuff have showed us a lot of love and support. So if you could just, if you do like it, even if you hate it, like I say, once I get famous, send me all the hate mail you want. But for right now, just try to get me to the point where you can kick me off the mountain. I have to get to the top of the mountain before you can kick me off it. You don't want to kick somebody who's down on the bottom of the mountain. That's not fun. You don't want to watch someone's life fall apart that's already falling apart. You want to watch them already. Right? You want me to be owning 2 tiger cubs and then say, hey, now it's time to kick him off. So just, keep showing the love, and we'll just, like I said, I'm going to try to post. I am going to try to post something every day or every other day for the next 30 days of quarantine. Today is April 2nd. So until May 3rd, sorry, I'm losing it. All the fire truck noises above me. If you can, I'll be posting something. I will be trying to do something interactive. And if you do have any questions and you guys want to have topics you want us to talk about, or you think you have a great story that I can make fun of, we would always love to have outside input. So thank you, everyone, for listening to Quit Your Bitching podcast. This is episode 3. So thank you so much.
We'll see you guys next time, and send us your hate mail.
Send it.